everlasting. And true things, we talk about bad things, only ever bad things. This past year's been a nightmare. I've been losing my shit trying to fight fair. Really all I need is fresh air. Wanna get lost and go somewhere. My girl left, never came back. I've been racking my brain trying to think back. Was I truly ever like that? I think the weight of the world lies on your shoulders. I think I need a change, 'cause as of late I've been living in a wasteland. Losing sleep, watch the light reflecting, the hours never ending. Life is everlasting, truly everlasting. Don't you just walk out that door? I never wanna leave your side, leave your side. I'll pick myself off the floor. I never wanna leave your side again. Don't you just walk out that door? I never wanna leave your side, leave your side. I'll pick myself off the floor. I never wanna leave your side again. I don't believe faith is what I need to get my shit together. You know I missed the cold, I hate the summertime. I am the king of wasting time, and I feel bad about it. Lately I don't feel blue, no longer turning blue. Beautiful flower, I bloom, found my way out of my tomb. Never give a chance at the worst things I have ever faced. Will leave me standing tall today. My spirit and sick. Never give a chance at the first time that I saw her face. I would wake up at her place, a goddamn smile on my face, and I'm doing good. Not likely that I'll ever get my shit together. Half my life I felt like I was under the weather. All my future endeavors, I fall from dumb. Getting fucked up in the train tracks, never wanna take those days back. Barely ever slept back then, I've just seen nothing change. I know, I was young, I was living my life like a goddamn idiot. Started shit and we finished it, at least I live my life with style. I no longer feel so proud. I feel a fire again, I feel a spark inside my heart, I feel alive again. I feel a fire again, I feel a spark inside my heart, I feel alive again. I feel the fire, it burns. I feel a fire again, I feel a spark inside my heart, I feel alive again. You know I miss the boys, they're out in Santa Cruz. Some days wish I lived on the moon, never had to meet another douchebag. Think back to when I met the boys, age 19. We were living on Chandler Street, fucking it up in December. Never get a chance at all the times we cheated dead. I'll be standing here in my head, my heart, my spirit, someone instead. Really should have canceled all the times that we got faded. That my brain might get downgraded. Thank God, I think I'm feeling alright. just got sick of the lose, so I decided to grow. Yeah, I decided to grow. Sick of the loss. I just got sick of the lose, so I decided to grow.
Yo, what is up, everybody? How's it going? Happy Monday. What's kicking? Sorry I haven't been live in a while. Just space is dead. Not a lot of people sticking around anymore. Plus I've been busy with my trading classes. Just a quick thing to note, and I know you guys see a lot of ads from other YouTube streamers and on paid groups and everything. First of all, my group is not just some paid group where I just tell you when to buy and sell. I am teaching you how to trade and how to manage your money, how to do things correctly, how to dollar cost average, how to correctly manage risk, things that traders don't, one, talk about, and two, learn. These are things you have to learn on your own. There's not a book about risk management. There's not a book on the mathematics of risk management and why you risk a certain amount each trade and why it's successful long term. Like I said, the class takes a lot of my time. I'm trying to stream here and there, probably twice a week. Also, it's football season, so I'm big into that, and that's another reason why I'm not streaming quite as much. It's almost fall. I think it is fall. This winter I'm gonna have nothing to do. It's pretty much just rains all the time here. It's not even snow. It's just rain and just shit weather. So the live streams will be very active. But talking about that, I've been on Twitter and I see a lot of like weirdness, a lot of people that are extremely bullish, no idea why. A lot of people that are giving analysis or saying like they'll have a Bitcoin chart like mine, right? And they'll just go like this. They'll say, "Oh, we're gonna go up from here." And could we go up from here? Sure, it's likely we could go up. I don't see why, but I just want to comment on this because it's been pissing me off. Not pissing me off, but it's just kind of like, it's sad. It's sad that people can just do this, like 100K accounts can do this, and they call some blind target. It's funny, when I make my analysis, I give you multitudes of reasons. I give you, divergences, or I'll give you price action, and I'll give you the different levels of support and resistance. And a lot of these people don't give you anything. They draw one line, and they draw a second line and say, this is where my target is, that's where Bitcoin's going to go. Frankly, I think that's pretty sad. I've seen, and not to just keep ratting on, I'm not even going to rat on him. It's not Agris. I'm not ragging on Agris. That's what I'm trying to say. I haven't even seen I have Agris muted. I was just tired of reading that nonsense. Nothing against him. I just don't like his tweets. But there are plenty of 100K accounts that do that crap, and frankly, it's pretty sad. It's pretty, it's just sad to see that people blindly follow people that, one, have no financial experience. You guys know me. I've been in the finance industry for close to 5 to 6 years, professional finance industry for 5 or 6 years, and on top of that, I've been trading for almost a decade. Do I have 50 years of experience? No. But do I have some kind of idea of economic cycles, economic metrics? I went to school and triple majored in finance, economics, data analytics. Like, these are all things that are in my Commonwealth knowledge. And you have Joe Schlo, or Joe Slow for that matter, who goes on Twitter, and there are plenty of people that do this crap. And they'll do this and go like that, and they'll just completely ignore all of the economic things that are happening. And today, I want to try and strive away from TA because really there hasn't been anything that's happened. Yeah, guys, we've done this. Congratulations. I know 99% of people or traders haven't made a single dime in this range. I haven't even made a big trade in this range because it's been so choppy and difficult to trade. It's not worth the risk. Have I made some money? Yes. Have I lost some money? Yes. Overall, I'm not willing to take a big trade unless my setup is clean. But here's the deal. And this is coming from someone with a financial background, someone who studies this shit every day, someone who knows about economic cycles, credit, debt, stock exchanges, who worked for a professional hedge fund for close to 5 years. Now, yeah, again, I don't have 50 years experience. I'm not 60. Okay, do I look 60? No, I'm not 60. I don't have 50 years of experience. But I go and I go and talk to people of all ages, 30s, 40s, 50s, even some of my grandparents are very, very smart people, and they're in their 80s. And believe it or not, their brains are pretty good. My grandfather was a very, very, or still is a very, very intelligent man, and there are things that I talk about that he had no idea about. And that's because, frankly, that data wasn't available during his time period. But here's the thing, guys. We have and I don't want to just say 2008. This relates to almost every single economic crash throughout the United States history. And crypto has never seen a recession, a depression, any sort of economic downfall other than the COVID crash, which was a black swan event within a bull market. Here's the deal. And I'm going to be as honest as I can here and give you as much factual data as I can. Our economy is based off of, one, how well are general, and this is speaking from a general standpoint, how well are the companies within the United States of America performing? And just as one example, Amazon and Apple. If Amazon and Apple continue selling more product, they continue making more money, their earnings continue to go up, they're making new products, innovating, building bigger facilities. And this isn't just about Amazon and Apple. This is about hundreds of thousands of not hundreds of thousands, but hundreds and thousands of companies within the United States. If they are doing well, the economy continues to go up. People are making more money. You have to remember the people that work for Apple might be getting pay raises, might be moving up in positions. They're bringing more money home to the family. They're able to buy new cars from other companies. They're able to spend money on expensive furniture and home remodeling. And this affects the whole economy. Our economy is like a giant octopus that with thousands and thousands of arms that continues moving and feeding itself, feeding the head, which makes the arms bigger and stronger. Now, here's the thing. Businesses, a lot of the times, rely on loans and banks to give them money so they can innovate. So basically, you'll have a company say, hey, I need extra money to build this large facility because we don't want to throw all of our resources in cash. And believe it or not, this is completely normal in an economy. Just about every business does this. Even Amazon more or less does this. They'll go to banks and they'll loan money, and then they'll pay that money back over time. So when you have interest rates that were extremely low over the last 5 years, or 10 years for that matter, it was very, very easy for businesses to, one, grab money and expand. So now that we have rates increasing, you have less business innovation. Let's say you're Tesla, and Elon Musk says, I don't even know who the CEO is. I think it's, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure it's Elon. Right? It has to be. I don't really follow all that bullshit that happens. Regardless, Tesla goes and says, hey, we need, they go to the federal government and say, we need $1 billion or hundreds of millions of dollars. You can't just walk into Wells Fargo and ask for 100 mil. It's just not really how that works. They go to the federal government and they say, hey, we need a government grant because we're going to build a supersonic spaceship that'll put us on the moon in an hour or whatever. And the government says, okay, well, now fast forward to now, and rates are not in favor of any sort of innovation. Rates are continuously going up. It was mind-boggling to me that last week people thought a 75 basis point hike was bullish. So basically 75 basis points is interest rates going up by 0.75%. That is horrible. Okay, if it was like 25 or 10 or 5, okay, minor adjustments here and there, 75 basis points is enormous. Okay, it was mind-boggling to me that people said, oh, the markets have this priced in, the markets are going to bounce off this. Guys, this is not about initial reaction. This is about a domino effect that is happening, and a lot of people don't have the magnitude to comprehend this, and I'm trying to put this in very simple terms. If interest rates go up, businesses make less money. If businesses make less money, you are paid less. You might get laid off. You might get demoted, or your team might get demoted, or basically you're fucked. Okay, you're fucked. You're essentially fucked. If this guy is not bringing in money due to this, you are fucked. Okay, we're just going to put that there. You are fucked if that happens. And it's, again, it's unbelievable that people think that scenario is bullish, that a 75-point hike was good for our economy. That's mind-blowing to me. Moving forward, now we have another issue, right? So we have inflation, and part of the reason why interest rates go up is to combat inflation. So now you have inflation. We're just going to put IN over here. So if inflation continues to go up or even go sideways, so if inflation continues to go up or like diagonal and up or whatever, inflation's doing like this and continues to go up or go sideways, whatever. Again, not good. That means that this needs to happen. That means your cost of living continues to go up. We've seen that happen over the last year. Groceries have gone up well over 50%. And it's funny to me because when they do the CPI data, I hope you guys know, don't trust all the data the government gives you. It's completely fabricated to make it look the best as possible. Look at the 60 Minutes interview of Joe Biden. And I'm not just ragging on Democrats here. I could give a shit less about who's in office and who does what. I hate government in general. I hate it all. I think it's people that are just lying to you to get something from you, and it just pisses me off. Anyways, cost of living goes up, right? Your cost of living goes up. You are businesses are making less money, and your cost of living is going up. That means, one, you can't buy products from these companies because you need to buy food or basic needs. So now these people are making less money, which means that you are now double fucked, fuck times 2. Do you guys see what I'm doing here? Like, there is a massive problem, right? You have inflation that keeps rising, costs of goods that keep going up. If costs of goods keep going up, you, the general person, aren't going to go out and buy a brand new car or expensive furniture or new kitchen remodel or whatever, or new tires for your car. Maybe and these are just basic things, right? Like tires. Everyone needs new tires in their car every like 4 or 5 years. Or let's say you're going to put leather seats in your car, or, I'm just hammering off examples here, or buy new silverware for your house. Do you have to remember all of these little things that you don't necessarily need, but maybe you want, or maybe it's a small little improvement. Now all of these companies start to, what's that again? Make less money. And they make less money are the same companies that a lot of us work for. Not everyone works for Amazon. Not everyone works for Google. Not everyone works for Microsoft or a bank. A lot of people work for medium-sized companies, small businesses, and all of those companies get fucked. If you are making less money, if you have to take out money to buy food and living and water and rent, which, by the way, have gone up a shitload. Have you seen the mortgages? The average mortgage payment went up by 2 times over the last 6 months. Crazy. Crazy. I actually forgot to, I kind of went on my rant early. I forgot to say what's up to everybody. So if I missed you early, I apologize, but what's up, you sir? I know you messaged me in Discord to come back on. I'm here for you, man. I'm here for all the people that want it and need it. What's up, Mike? How's it going? The point where Bitcoin is right now will be hard resistance in the next 6 to 15 months. Absolutely. Did you see the pound collapse? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. First time catching you live. What's up, Reversey? How's it going? We're all going to die. I don't think we're all going to die, Ox. Couldn't have explained it better, Roman. Oh, I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Not buying any Legos. That's another thing. Like, kids' toys. Think about Christmas this year. All of those. I don't want to say that this is going to be a bad Christmas, but think about all of the people that are swimming in credit card debt that can't afford to take any more. And think about Christmas. That's when our economy booms because everyone spends money on gifts that no one else needs. They spend thousands and thousands of dollars. And, I do. I've got 3 brothers, a girlfriend, a sister-in-law, cousins, grandparents. I'm spending money buying them gifts or making them shit because that's what you do. But think about it this year. If I'm making less money, maybe I don't buy gifts for my cousins and I just buy gifts for my brothers and my sister-in-law and girlfriend. Or what if, it's really tight, which it's not. And I'll be honest, I'm not tight right now, but just saying, let's say instead of, if it's really tight, well, now I can't get gifts for anybody. And this now creates this ginormous problem. And you have to remember, this is the source of you getting paid. Businesses, again, not making money, you're fucked. You're fucked. You're fucked times 2 because of cost of living is going up and no one's there to help you. Now, if that explains it well, if you guys want me to keep going into detail, I can. But I can give you more financial metrics on why the system is either near or collapsing right now. Your credit card. So think about this, and I'll try and put this in layman's terms, very, very basic, because I don't know if everyone here knows a lot about finance and economic cycles. And we kind of touched on how interest rates going up, that's not good for businesses. Well, now you have this other problem, right? Cost of living's going up. People are having a hard time affording things. So over the last about 10 years, everything's been financed. People have financed cars. People have financed phones. People have financed headphones, anything. You go and buy something that's over $100. It says, oh, you can pay in 6 monthly payments of $30 or whatever, and it's all financed, and it all has an intended interest rate. Nothing's not fine. Like everything's financed. It's crazy. So now you have this issue where people are buying things they can't afford. So you'll have someone buy a car that's way out of their budget that they can't afford. They're paying over $1,000 a month in car payments, which is absurd to me. Are you kidding me? Like people are bragging about paying $1,000 on a car payment. You're an idiot. That's all you are, is an idiot. If you're one of those people, you need to fix that. Okay, don't brag about it. Fix it. It needs to not happen. You are wasting your money if you're doing that. But moving on. We have this huge problem, right? We have this huge bubble of credit card payments or credit card debt. So we'll even put C debt. So C debt. It's huge. It's double what it was in 2008. I actually think it's way more than 2008, like way more than double. It's enormous. So why? Why is there so much credit card debt? Well, one, you have financing. Everything is financed. People can basically pay for things that they don't necessarily or can't afford. Basically, everything's financed. Go to Miami, Florida. Everything's financed. All those people you see drive, not all of them, but a lot of those people you see driving Lamborghinis and Ferraris and Bugattis, yeah, like 90% of those are financed and fake, or they're renting them. Okay, like most of the people with money in Miami don't go and flaunt it everywhere. That's just not how that works. The only people that go and flaunt money are people that don't have any. Okay, moving on. Second problem. You have people that can't literally afford to live, so they have to open up credit cards to pay for groceries. So you have, we'll just put living. So living debt. So you have these two problems. One, everything's financed, and one, people literally have to open up credit so they can buy groceries or continue living the same way they have. And stemming off of living, now you have two other problems. You have people that are literally, they can't live, so they can't live without credit card debt. They're literally buying like bread and hot dogs and cheese, or shitty cheese to get by. So we'll put those as like, just in retrospect, they're very, very poor. And then you have the people that will not adjust their living situation because they're a bunch of stuck-up pieces of shit that don't know what it's like to live in a hardcore environment. Not that they're pieces of shit, but they won't adjust. So you have people that we'll just put A, D, J. They will not adjust. So now you have, and we can keep stemming problems and problems, but the point I'm trying to provide is you have a huge amount of credit card debt, and this is where it's stemming from. People not willing to adjust, people that are literally too poor to get by off anything, and people that finance everything. So leading to my next point, what's next? So what happens now, because you have basically credit card debt that continues to rise, and there are due dates on your credit card. Let's say every month, it's like, oh, you have to pay a certain amount of your balance, you have to pay a minimum payment. Well, what happens when they start racking up so much, which has been happening? They continue racking up the credit card debt, and now, more is due, or your minimum payments increase. Well, essentially what happens is you go bankrupt, right? These loans can't be paid off. They go bankrupt. Banks lose money, and you're basically fucked times 3. So we'll put, and not even just you, everyone. Everyone is fucked times 3. Everyone is fucked times 3. Why? Because that provides a systematic collapse. That means that banks lose money. That means people that are in debt lose money because they're bankrupt and have to get bailed out, because that's what we do, is we bail everyone out. Look how much money we're giving to Ukraine. It's unbelievable. And this, again, leads to another systematic collapse within the financial banking system, similar to what happened in 2008. And if you want to relate it to, 100 years ago, 1929. You guys know what happened during 1929, right? If you're a U.S. citizen, I'd hope so, because if you don't, you need to go read a history book, please. 1929 was the mark of the Great Depression. Basically, everyone was spending money they didn't have, financing everything, taking out zero risk loans and shit, and eventually the banks ran out of money. And the banks were like, hey, we need money. And they went to everyone, right? They went to everyone. And they said, hey, we need our money back. And people are like, well, I can't pay that. I bought this mansion and I work as a steel mill worker. Why do I need to pay that? I just took loans. I'll just take more loans. And they're like, well, we don't have loans to give. So now you have the dollar literally plummeting to zero because there's nothing that backs it. Right? And you have another systematic collapse within the financial system, because now that no one can bail them out because the banks are fucked, the only solution to that is a governmental fix. Now, there were more problems with the Great Depression. Obviously, you had the Dust Bowl. You had a lot of other problems that's why that extended over a decade. But I'm talking specifically about the systematic financial collapse and how it happens and why it happens and how we can fix it. Right, the easiest way to fix it is stop loaning money to everyone and everyone. Stop financing everything. Stop living like you're rich when you're not. Adjust when you need to. And if you literally can't survive, like you're this, stop making excuses and work your ass off. Because I know plenty of people that were in this circumstance, and there's plenty of opportunity here. I know it's some people it sucks and you can't get out of it, but anyone and everyone can. But regardless, the two easiest things to fix are stop financing everything and adjust when necessary. And you will never be in this position. Hopefully that makes sense. If you guys want me to explain anymore, I can. But we will go over some TA. I'm just trying to go over the systematic fundamentals on why I believe there will be a collapse. And whether it's this year, next year, 2 years from now, I think we're starting to see the headway into it now. We also have a government in place that has no idea what they're doing. Joe Biden thinks that 8.3% inflation, not just Joe Biden, because it's not Joe Biden speaking, it's the Democratic Party speaking, think that 8.3% inflation is a good thing, and that we're actually seeing it go down, which month over month it hasn't. It's stayed the same. And they're still raising interest. You guys have to remember, a 75-point basis hike or 75 BPS hike, horrible. That is very, very high. And the fact that didn't adjust inflation significantly is pretty scary. Dog is here, is he? Oh, he is. Yeah, he's behind me. He's got this. I bought him this bed. Yeah, he's doing good. He had some, I think he pulled a muscle or something. I don't know. I think he pulled a muscle. I'm not sure. And we thought it was hip dysplasia, and he doesn't have hip dysplasia, or not that we know of, anyways. And from there, I have to give him some kind of just to avoid hip dysplasia or any kind of joint problems. They gave me a supplement. You give him a couple a day in his food. It makes his food taste better, so he likes that. Isn't the dollar doing well? Yeah, the dollar's doing well because it's basically been devalued by inflation. So now it should go up. The dollar should absolutely go up. That's how you combat inflation, right? Inflation happens when the dollar loses value, and basically this continuing to rise will combat inflation. That's how that works. That's kind of what I talked about that entire time. But speaking of which, wow, that's not good. Let's get into some stocks, some TA, and then we'll get into crypto. For those of you that are new, I live stream, or at least attempt to live stream, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays around 5 to 6 p.m. Eastern. I have a trading class, which is why I'm not as active right now. It's on Tuesdays and Thursdays. If you're interested, please join. It's a perfect time to learn how to trade. This isn't some bullshit paid group where I give you trading calls and you trade them and then I say boo-hoo when you lost. No, I'm teaching you how to fucking trade. I'm not teaching you how to press a buy and sell button. I'm not some scamming piece of shit. I've only tried to do things that benefit this community and educate them on finance and trading for that regard. I am affiliated with an exchange. It's primarily because it's the best exchange I've ever used. Really enjoy them. So if you're interested in that, there are affiliated links. You'll get, I believe, 15% off your fees and a couple other rewards if you're interested in that. There's also a trading competition with that exchange starting in October. Just thought I'd give back a little bit. I know people are like, oh, trading competition, that means we have to trade. I mean, it's if you're signed up, you're already registered. And frankly, if you do well, you make an extra $1,000. So I wouldn't go out of your way to make 1,000 trades and do all that crazy shit, but you could have a good month and you make a little extra money. I don't see what the problem with that is. Anyways, carrying on with TA. Some good water. Good water. TA, Dow Jones, broke its low. We had this as support around the 29,728 level. We saw an initial bounce here. We are making a lower low. Oh, look at this. We've got a best adult dating site. Don't forget the Tostitos Salsa Bowl. Is there a Tostitos Salsa Bowl behind me? I hope not. That'd be awkward. We've got the best adult dating site. A bot. Oh, what do I do with you? I remove you. Let's do that. Hold on. It's so annoying, man. So annoying when you get bots in here. Okay. Alright, we're not going to worry about it for now. I don't see him spamming. YouTube should remove it. Okay, anyways, we're making a lower low. We lost support. Generally, support is not, or at least support and resistance aren't extremely well defined, but we will give it about this level. So either way, we've lost it. This is huge. This means that the amount that we're about to drop or looking to drop, I believe is about 20% from where we are. No, 10%. Excuse my math on that. About 10% from where we are. The next big level is 26.6. S&P 500. Now, this is where it gets a little bit interesting. S&P 500 has not lost support yet. I don't know why that line was moved. We have not lost support yet. We're actually forming what looks like a double bottom. Important, but I wouldn't bet that this holds. We're seeing the dollar literally go parabolic and markets crashing on top of it. I'm anticipating that this comes down to 3,200 before a very large bounce again, or at least some sort of a bounce. We'll leave these lines here in the meantime. But this doesn't make sense to make a double bottom when we've already confirmed 3 descending peaks, that bearish reversal pattern. And I've discussed this with my trading students, but generally on the third peak, that's where your largest drop is. So we should see some kind of market failure, market collapse. I'm not going to say collapse because I would say like a slight crash or crash in general. That's what I'm anticipating. This pattern's confirmed. We should see a dump, at least backed by TA. NASDAQ, same thing as the S&P, kind of holding support. Not going to go too in detail here, but you're still looking at that 3 descending peaks kind of pattern. VIX. VIX volatility is rising. This is a good sign. This means we're getting closer and closer to a potential bottom. For those of you that don't know, when the VIX hits about the 44 to 45 level, it marks a bottom within the stock market, or a near-term bottom. As you can see here, 2008. I believe this is 2020 COVID, 2018 when we had a mini recession. And then along the way, just small market bottoms within the macro bull market. So yes, very, very I wouldn't say very, very close to the bottom, but inching close to a bottom or essentially a collapse. Now, when this volatility rises the way it does, generally that's a pretty large collapse of at least 20 to 30%. So 20 to 30% from here on the S&P, you're looking at about 3,200, 3,100, 3,000 level. Let's even do a little bit of math there. You're looking at about 32. About 3,000 would be that number. So that, to me, that's a pretty good pullback overall. Let's get into the DXY. Now, I've seen so many people saying that this is going to pull back, that this has hit resistance. Guys, we're not even close to resistance. We're not even close. The next resistance is 120. We're at 114. That's still 6%. That's a 4 or 5% difference here. Overall, we broke a massive. Now, we could retest and then continue to go higher. That's very, very likely. But we just broke a massive resistance level. This is a multi-decade resistance. I mean, we've been following this for about a year now. Since I started streaming, we've been going over the DXY, multiple levels of resistance, and we broke it. Now we're multiple points higher. I believe 4 or 5% higher than that resistance, about 4%. So plenty of space to possibly pull back the smallest bit and then continue to go higher. Will we see a crypto pump on that pullback? It's possible, but I don't think crypto's reacted to the dollar moving this high yet. Can I look at DOT? Man, I don't really look at alts in the bear market. Excuse me. Excuse me. Yeah, guys, I don't really go over altcoins in the bear market, primarily because it's a waste of time. Altcoins essentially are going to go to 0 or minus 99, and no form of TA is going to tell you whether they're going to pump or not. Now, I do go over Ethereum, but the rest of the altcoins, not really. AMC on the road to $4 and Bitcoin to 13K. I'd say Bitcoin is very likely to go to 13K. Absolutely. Total, still in our bear flag here. Still kind of holding that support level. We could get a third touch and then a drop. I think that's very likely. But at the same time, we could just nuke through it. I hate to say, oh, well, we could pump or could dump. Guys, there's not really a clear direction right now, but we do have a pretty big bear flag. So anything that consolidates in this bear flag, I don't trade that shit. I trade the larger movements. I don't care about this little tiny movement. Tether dominance. Now, this is huge. On the daily, we have a minor resistance level here, and we got above, retested, and continuing to bounce, most likely to go higher. On the weekly, this doesn't really look like it's ready to stop yet. Now, we could retest this for a double top and start heading down, or possibly consolidate before heading higher. I think that's very likely. But for now, not much of a change other than the fact that last time we talked about this, I believe we were under that resistance level, under this 7.3 to 7.11, and now we are over. So definitely not very bullish for crypto, definitely very bearish. For those of you that don't know, Tether dominance going up is very bad for Bitcoin. So if this continues to go up, Bitcoin goes down. But speaking of Bitcoin, let's get into it. On the weekly, and this is a big point I try to give my trading students, we are below the 200 weekly moving average. This has been a support for essentially all of Bitcoin's livelihood, and being below it is one of the most bearish indications of a macro bear market. You essentially had a macro bull market all the way to 60K. Now we are below it. We should see some sort of maybe a breakdown, retest, maybe another one, and then going into that next wave of bull market. Timing wise, I have no idea, but this is the kind of situation I would like to see. Will we hit 8K? I have no idea. Will we hit 13 to 14? I believe so. I think 14 is a definite, maybe the bottom's in, but definitely a great opportunity to DCA. 100%. Crypto is going nowhere. I'm very, very bullish on crypto long term, for those of you that don't know. Daily. This is my most important chart. Not a lot to talk about, guys. We've kind of been in this massive range. We are in support, and the one thing I always try to tell everybody when we're in support, do not short support. Don't short here. Don't open shorts. Don't go into your trading account and hit short. Don't short. Don't short. Do not short support. Do not short demand. Do not support. Do not short demand. I'm going to say it one more time. Do not short support. This is macro daily support. Stop opening short orders in support. I don't care how bearish I am. I will never open a short order in support. We've seen huge bounces off this support level. Wait for a breakdown. Wait for a confirmed breakdown with volume validation. There is absolutely zero reason to open a short right now. On top of that, we actually do have some divergences. We do have, and I talked about this in a tweet earlier today, we have bullish divergences on RSI and MACD. We're making lower lows with higher lows with these. So yes, it is a short term, or not necessarily short, but it is a very minor bullish signal. Now, I wouldn't say that there is any sort of reversal pattern. There's no sort of reversal price action. If we get it, I will open up longs. But for right now, we don't. These are the opening stages of a potential reversal. This does not constitute opening any sort of long just yet. Just because we're in demand doesn't mean that you open longs. It means you look for longs. You look for multiple levels of confluence there. Just for the sake of it, I'm going to turn on the moving averages just to see where they are. It looks like we could range a bit here to let these catch up, but for the most part, not seeing a whole lot, so we're going to turn those off. Let's go into the 4 hour. So we have this big triangle. It happened over the weekend. We've been ranging since. I don't know why people have been staring at a chart all weekend. It blows my mind that people are watching price do this and trying to trade it. Yes, you could open shorts up here, open longs here, sell them wherever. Personally, I don't trade like that. I think that's just a lot of work, and I'm not going to do it. One thing I do like seeing is this reset. MACD and RSI are completely reset for another move to the downside. We're already in a downtrend. This is allowing reset. We're approaching the intersection point of MACD. For those of you who don't know, this is above the intersection point is the bull zone, below is the bear zone. We'll retest that and most likely loop lower. Again, not seeing a lot of bullishness here. I'm actually seeing a lot of resetting of smaller time frame indicators so that we can continue moving to the downside. We also know that the DXY is on a rampage upwards. The stock market is tanking. The VIX is not bottomed yet. Tether dominance broke resistance. All of these signs are bearish for crypto. I'm having a hard time finding anything sort of bullish or finding a bullish narrative for Bitcoin at the moment. Now, if we get something like this, where we have a nice clean double bottom here on hour 4, I'll definitely look to take a long. But for now, there's just no reason to argue any sort of bullishness here, especially with the daily only providing these divergences. Divergences are not a reason to take a long. These could just be here for a reset, and they're not even confirmed yet. Hello, bro. Happy to see you here for the first time. I'm following you on Twitter for a long time. I've been live streaming for over a year. So, thanks for tuning in. Can I look at Shitakiri Suzume part of... No, I'm not looking at altcoins. Please let us know about PLC. You guys, stop trading shitcoins. Did I just do a rail? No, I blew my nose. No, I literally just blew my nose. I just didn't want to do it. I didn't want to blow my nose in my mic. You guys are crazy. Did I just do a rail of coke? No, I literally just blew my nose. I have a towel down there I blow my nose on because I've got pretty bad allergies for anyone that knows me. The only thing bullish you see is crypto holding so strong, or it could just be a delayed reaction, right? They could be letting retail long in here, telling all the useless crypto accounts to tell everyone to long, and then they liquidate everybody. So let's keep moving on. Let's go to Ethereum. Ethereum kind of holding that support. Not really going to look at this below the daily. Actually, no divergences here. So these are actually bearish divergences. I think Ethereum will roll over and hit this 1,000 to 980 level. It was support in the past. It will be support in the future. If we lose this level, you're looking at a $400 Ethereum all day. All day. Right? The next big support Let's look for it. The next big support is probably... Wow, that's tough. Let's look at a weekly and see. Probably 478 area. So we'll mark a line there. Did I just do a rail of coke? That's funny. No, I don't do cocaine anymore. Did I used to? Yes. Not anymore. Just a little bit. Not a lot. Learn how to party. It's a fun time. Let's go back to Ethereum to Bitcoin. So we've been talking about the possibility of this being a head and shoulders. I don't think it is. It's just too wonky to be head and shoulders. I'd like to see this bottom area get tested. This would show a dump in Ethereum, which Ethereum would more than likely dump to this $1,000 level. But it all depends on if Bitcoin dumps, right? We all know that if Bitcoin dumps, altcoins generally dump harder, and this will bring this down, at least in my opinion. Would have been a lot cooler if I did. Yeah, maybe one of these days. Do a rail for us here. Dude, I don't even have any coke here. I guess I could get like a line of pre-workout or something, but no, Jeez, you guys are crazy. Yeah, the bots. Let me unfortunately I have to go into the YouTube studio for it. It's kind of a pain in the ass. I can do it from Streamlabs, but I have to set it up and I'm lazy. Haven't gotten to it yet. It's a huge pain in the ass. But guys, if you like the live stream, I'd really appreciate it for you to hit that subscribe button. It'd mean a lot. The space is dead. It's nice to see 170 of you out and about, taking time out of your day to watch my live stream. If you missed the macroeconomic financial talk, go back to the beginning of the video and check it out. Let me see. Sorry, I'm trying to do two things at once. Okay, we'll get that set up when I'm done. That bot sells coke. That's funny. But yeah, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. I've pretty much covered everything. There's not really a trade set up with Bitcoin yet. We're just in support. I'd still argue look for longs. Stop shorting support, please. Do not short support. For those of you still interested in learning how to trade, for whatever reason, my Streamlabs bot isn't working. But on my Twitter account, there is a Patreon link if you want to check out the classes. All of them are recorded. You can go back and watch the old ones. The new ones are made every Tuesday and Thursday around 5 p.m. Eastern. Again, there is a trading competition with BitGet. It starts in October. Just kind of a way to give back to the community. You can participate it. You cannot participate if you use BitGet. You're automatically participating in it. And if you have a good month, you make $1,000. It's pretty easy to win that. With all that said, guys, thanks so much for checking out the stream today. I will most likely stream on Wednesday, or at least I'll try to. Again, pretty busy with the trading classes and with football season here. For those of you that know, I'm a pretty big Ohio State fan and won't give away my NFL. Won't give away who I want to win the NFL yet, but hope to see you guys on Wednesday if I'm streaming. Always remember, be